too bad. That might be enough, hopefully, as Ericus comes in now for his second run of qualifying. Doing a good job, lots of angle now, like almost right on those lock stops of his BMW through that inside clip now on the wall, really putting it deep and going for it as he transitions onto the second wall ride. Yeah, look at that, right on the wall, coming in for that inside clip. Good job from Ericus as he makes. We have Ericus Jerkus in his BMW, Pontus Jakobsen in that FDRX7 as they get off the line clean and initiate in through that first outside zone. Push out to the second. Good job from Ericus to grab it, but look at Pontus not giving him any room to breathe or let off that throttle as they transition down the hill from turn 2 into outside zone 4, this wall ride all the way around. And look at Pontus, like right there with the proximity, giving him a bit more room for that transition onto that other wall, then right back on the door of Ericus as they come up and across the line. Battle one more time, Pontus Jakobsen out front, Ericus Jerkus giving chase, Pontus in that FDRX7 as they initiate in. And already showing the speed of both vehicles, but right away on the door is Ericus as they come through that inside clip up to outer zone 3. Still no room between them, a little bit of room left for the transition as they come onto that wall ride. But right there, Ericus just puts on the pressure to Pontus as they transition onto that wall, both of them making contact with it as they come through the final inside clip and right wheel to wheel through the line.
Oh, and there they go. So Chris and Matt choose Ericus.
Split decision. Myself and Matt have gone with Ericus taking the win. Ed just wanted one more time. I'll just explain why Ericus got the win in our opinion, then Ed can then explain him. So basically for us, it's just that overall we feel that Ericus is just cleaner, quite frankly. Specifically, the points that I will highlight is on the end of the second run in Pontus' lead, he just has to go super low angle for quite a while to stay out of the wall. Good driving. It is very good driving to not go in the wall, but that is a larger error than Ericus, who did go pretty deep into clip 5, but didn't have to make the same adjustment. And then also on the in the chase position, Pontus just isn't as coming into clip 2. Sorry, Pontus is quite a long way farther forward than Ericus was in the same position. So I felt that it's very small margins, but for me, it's just Ericus is just a little bit more controlled overall throughout the chase, whereas Pontus just comes up that bit shy through clip 2. He's almost, his wheels are. His front bump is in line with Ericus's kind of thing, so he's quite a long way forward because it is a short car. So for me and Matt, it's just those tiny things are just enough to give it to Ericus. But I'll let Ed explain.
Jerkus in his BMW and Raman Katastrenka in his BMW doing battle here today. Look at that. Oh, Raman going really wide, dropping 2 tires as Ericus keeps it within the zone. Coming into outer zone 3, Raman manages to catch up and regain that proximity to Ericus. That was a huge mistake at the beginning, as now coming through to outside zone 5, riding that wall. Katastrenka is just trying to keep that proximity down, keep it clean as Ericus and him come across the line. And off they go for the second half of their battle. Raman Katastrenka out front now in that yellow BMW. Ericus Jerkus giving chase as they come through, this time not going off course as Raman doing a great job through those first 3 clips as they come now transitioning down the hill into outside zone 4 to ride that wall. Ericus trying to catch that proximity back up and get on the door as they come into outer zone 5. Ericus riding the wall a little too deep and getting offline as they come across the line.
We'll go to the judge's decision, and once again, unfortunately, Raman's car picture not showing up. It looks like judges are going to slide left. Chris and Matt have gone with Ericus, and there's Ed as well. So we'll hear from one of those judges while they make those celebratory donuts there.
Ericus takes the win there. It's so in the chase, unfortunately, they're off the bottom of turn 1. Raman goes a little bit deep there, goes off track, gets back together again, gets back into it. But Ericus at the end of that run had a beautiful lead and had an advantage. Then on the reverse of that, Ericus just does enough there. The whole run stays within a car length or so and just tightens up here and there. And Raman does. Also, I will note I think we've been mislabeling, because we're stupid apparently, we've been mislabeling clip 5 as clip 4. So into the first rule, which is clip 5, I'll just clarify. Raman is very late to throttle there, which does cause a little bit of contact, but again, that's then Raman's fault for not getting on power. So Ericus holds advantage through and takes the win.
And now for our next battle and our last battle of the Grade 8. Erica Sturkis and his BMW against Alexander Holzner in that Amazon as they initiate in. Right away to angle is Ericas, but now the Amazon of Alexander is starting to reel him in and get on the door as they transition to outside zone 4 and that wall ride. And there they go, Alexander almost putting it into the fender of Ericas. They transition to outside zone 5. Look at that, beautiful through it, a little bit of proximity loss, but now regained as they come back across the line. And now they're back at the line, ready to do battle with the Amazon of Alexander Holzner out front and the BMW of Erica Sturkis giving chase as they initiate in. There's the speed of that Amazon, but right away reeling him in is Erica Sturkis. They come through that inside clip just beautifully through outside zone 3. Now for the wall ride of outside zone 4. Lots of angle there from Alexander Holzner, but Erica's not shaking and sticking right with them as they come through outside zone 5. And look at that proximity as they come through the inside clip and finish across that line.
And we'll go to the judges. Ericas on the left this time, Alexander on the right. And look at there, Ericas is going to get the win and move on into the top 4.
Ericas takes the win there. Lead to lead, they're both really comparable. They're both really solid leads. It's just chase to chase. Ericas is just able to just be that little bit more consistent in applying the pressure throughout the whole run. It just looked like for the first time today, Alexander was almost struggling a little bit for pace. That is very much the little Volvo that could, but unfortunately not anymore. Good battle though, boys.
And off they go. Down the straight and initiating in. Ericas with a pretty sizable lead out of the gate, but Connor reeling him in by the second outside zone as they come through the inside clip. And now on the door to Ericas is Connor as he's got to leave enough room for the transition and almost doesn't as Ericas manages to slide through and get into the next outer zone cleanly. Almost not leaving enough room again is Connor as they come through outside zone 5 and into that final inside clip and door to door across the line. And now they're back at the start line, ready to duke it out one more time to see who's going to get that final spot in the finals and who will be going to their third place battle. Will it be Connor Shanahan? Will it be Erica Sturkis? We'll find out as soon as they're done showing us what they can do. Initiating in, they both go, and here they come up to that second outer zone, almost door to door as Erica he's trying to push to get on it and goes really deep into outer zone 3. Almost thought he was going to go into the wall, but Connor keeping a good lead run. Connor bashing the wall in outside zone 4. Erica's doing a good job just keeping that proximity, keeping it maintained as now he's going to push, get on the door of Connor Shanahan, but Shanahan manages to pull away at the last minute.
Here we go, left for Ericas, right for Connor, and look at that quickly. Ericas gets the win and moves on into the finals. Very good on Ericas. Congratulations, Ericas.
Ericas takes the win there. Lead to lead, they're both really good jobs. Connor is a little bit late getting into throttle coming into clip 6, but Ericas handles it beautifully in the chase. It's just, unfortunately, on that first run with Connor in the chasing position, just coming into clip 5 off the transition, Connor just gets that little bit too close to Ericas, just can't quite back out in time, which causes a bit of separation, possibly a little bit of contact, very hard to tell. But it didn't seem to do very much to Ericas. He does a great job of holding it if there is any there. And then that hands a little bit of an advantage away to Ericas for that run. And then on the reverse of that, Ericas does a really solid job mirroring. So yeah, just enough there, just with that little chase error from Connor. Takes the win across to Ericas.
Final battle, Reese Tatterson versus Ericas Sturkis. Ericas out front in his BMW. Reese Tatterson giving chase in that Pro Drift Academy S15 as they initiate in. A nice line from Ericas, but right on the door already is Reese Tatterson as they come through that inside clip and into outer zone 3. No room to breathe as they transition into outer zone 4 to ride that wall. A little tap there from Reese into the front of Ericas Sturkis as they keep going and transition one more time here along that clip 5, and beautifully done. Look at the proximity right on the door as they come across the line. Here we go, what could be the last battle of round 3 here at Sturup Raceway, the VDC Virtual Drift Championships. Initiating in, Reese Tatterson out front, Erica's Jerkus already on the door of Reese Tatterson as they come through that inside clip and outside zone 3 transitioning. Super fast transition as Erica's almost gets a little stepped up by how fast it was, but gets back, gets it together and gets back on the door of Reese Tatterson as they transition to clip 5 now and come through that final inside clip and across the line.
Oh my goodness gracious. Ericos to the left, Reese to the right. Which way will the judges go? People want it one more time, but they think Reese got it. Very good finals from these VDC veterans.
And like Ericus, where'd this come from today? Practice is paying off.
Absolutely. Well, we didn't see Ericus for a little while, but he used to, be here all the time. It could be these crazy times. He's home more often and able to do it, but he's certainly doing it. I'll give him that. He's here in the finals, threw down. And look at that, Julian saying Ericus getting it.
Statistic I was trying to think of is this Ericus's first win?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No. So Ericus used to be the original king of Atlanta. He loves Atlanta, and if you remember back on round 1, he did fairly well at Atlanta again. Ericus always been a very solid driver, top of the field. It's just whether he shows up or not.
But when he does, he puts in the work.
Absolutely. Really enjoy his new sound he has on that BMW as well.
It's been nice to hear.
Stream some early access this weekend to our public 2.0 update, and look at that, Ericus is gonna get the win. Chris and Matt go with Ericus. Ed goes one more time, so we'll probably hear from all 3 of these judges on their decision for Ericus taking home the win today.
Okay, Ericas takes the win there. That literally comes down to just one tiny thing. It is a split decision, I will say. Myself and Matt have gone with Ericas taking the win, and then Ed went with a one more time. So for myself and Matt, we just feel that what Reese did there, coming off 4 into 5, was just that little bit too different to what he's done for the rest of the event. And we feel that it was just that he just slowed down that little bit more than he had done before. And Ericas went into that transition thinking Reese was going to do what he'd done all event, which is beautiful transitions, straight on power, really fast, and then he wasn't quite as quick as he had been, which then caused Ericas to have to try and check up, and he does a good job to not cause more contact than he does, so it all just comes down to that, and then that causes a bit of separation throughout 5. Ericas then does a fantastic job getting back up into the fight, and then by 6 he's back into the fight again. But on the reverse of that, obviously, Reese does an excellent job in chase, Ericas does a good job in lead. It's just, as I say, for myself and Matt, it was just that little bit of over rotation from Reese is just enough for us, given that the rest of the event he's not done that. It's enough for us to give it to Ericas and give the win across. But Ed felt differently, so I'll just let him explain his 2 penneth.
Okay, yeah. Basically, yeah, for me it also came down to that point, and I just felt like it was chaseable enough, and also I was also considering the rest of the battle. Reese had done an excellent job chasing, and his chase really shone high enough above what Ericas managed that I felt like it gave him enough of an advantage to push it to one more time. I did also accept, though, that what Reese did into clip 5 was a big issue, so that brought it back to one more time for me. But yeah, the other guys have gone with Ericas, so Ericas takes the win. Congratulations.
Yeah, very good explanation. An interesting call there. I know a little controversy in the chat, a little controversial call, but after the judges explain it a little bit and give you why they went that direction, I completely understand. Reese hadn't done that all day long whatsoever. And these drivers really sort of spot for themselves, and they don't really have a spotter, so they're going off things that you've been doing all day, and you really did snap hard down. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, the way he set up for it, but agreed with Chris there. He really set into it hard and waited a long time before he got back on throttle, because he set into it so hard and rather late. So it brought Ericas to a stumble there, and they saw that as the big mistake there and the cause of that, distance that was made between those two drivers. But either way, congratulations to really both of them. Erica's taking home the win for the first time in a long time for Erica's, and then Reese into second place. Again, is still going to catapult him in the championship position. And then taking home third today was Connor Shanahan.